I'm your friend Dr. Charles Apoki. I want to dwell on a phenomenon that is becoming very prevalent. It is the phenomenon of begging, particularly internet begging. What is begging? Begging is the practice of imploring others to grant a favor, often a gift of money, with zero expectation of reciprocity. Zero expectation of reciprocity. Sometimes you just see strangers send messages to you that they want help from you. In fact, once you see a lady, a young man, most times, after they say, "How are you, sir?" and you answer them, the next thing is to tell you they want to do something and to send you an account detail. You don't know them from Adam. You've never met them. They have not done anything for you. They have no relationship with you. It's becoming so prevalent. They can beg you for everything. Sometimes it involves phone calls. One called me recently that she was pregnant and she did not want to be hungry with her pregnancy. I was going to the farm and I asked her, "Where is your husband?" She said her husband was sitting there with her. And I told her, "I am going to the farm to uproot cassava. Yesterday I carried cassava on my head. I crossed the small stream in my farm. I carried cassava on my head. I enjoyed doing it. It's my lot. It's my decision. But you are sitting down," I told her, "you are sitting down with a man who impregnated you. And you are crying that I should send you money from where? The cassava I am going to carry to do gari." People are too carried away by some videos that are going around where a beggar sat somewhere and people they refused to give him money. Somebody gave him money and he gave them $1,000. Bust it. Doesn't happen every day. Number two, the perception of the beggar that was at the gate of a rich man in the Bible that had sores or whatever, and they died and both of them went to the bosom of Abraham. And the man went to hell and the man went to the bosom of Abraham. And the man was telling the beggar to go tell Abraham. Didn't you see that the rich man was still sending the poor man, the beggar, as a messenger, even though he was in the bosom of Abraham? Why didn't he tell Moses? Why didn't he send Moses a message? Why didn't he send Elijah a message? Or why didn't he message Elisha? Poverty is not good. Begging is not good. Being a beggar is not a symbol of godliness. Begging is a loss. It comes as a result of loss of grip on life. Disability should not turn you to become a beggar. I've seen people without hands and legs that are well-to-do. Johnny Erickson Tada lost sensation from neck downwards after she had an accident swimming in the Chesapeake Bay. But she went to university, wrote exams with her mouth, graduated. She became an author, a public speaker, until a young man saw her and said, "God said I should marry you to help you fulfill your ministry." She has radio programs. She even was nominated for a Grammy, but she didn't win because she made her speech or whatever being assisted by compression of her tummy to inflate the diaphragm. There are all kinds of people I'm seeing without legs, without hands, doing several things online and living a fulfilled life. When you start begging, you have lost grip of the circumstances of your life. You have lost self-respect, and it is a feeling of worthlessness. And sometimes it comes from a feeling of insecurity. Insecurity is not danger, a sense of no guarantee of the future, because you have lost grip. And you have an entitlement mentality. An entitlement mentality. I have a brother who misused his life, smoked cannabis, drank. He would just call me my childhood name without respect. I should send him money. You are my brother. For what? You ate your cake, you can't eat my own. You will see girls that I don't know them from, just call me. I want to do exams. It is tomorrow. Don't create an emergency out of your irresponsibility and stupidity. You entered the university, I didn't send you there. Your exams are close by. Since the beginning of the semester, you should have known that you are going to do exams. Don't call me and tell me your daughter wants to do exam next week and I should bring school fees now. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. The internet has become a space where people beg. They beg for everything and anything. There's a current trend. My wife, somebody came to the school and said that his cooking gas had finished, and that even if it is to buy 1 kilogram of cooking gas, that my wife should give him money. 1 kilogram is about 700 naira or whatever. My wife gave. The elder in our church, or deacon in our church, was doing Sunday school, and the same man had gone to beg him money too. So they have these habits. Some of them form a habit of begging, and some of these beggars feel that they are smarter than you, particularly the ones that beg online. They beg from place to place, from place to place. Oh, I lost my husband. You were not the first person to lose your husband. Some people lost their husbands before you, and they've stood to train their children. Stop trying to make people feel guilty. Stop trying to eat your cake and have it. In India, begging has become a business. They have decided to even kidnap children. Every year, 40,000 children get hijacked and kidnapped. Today, there are a total of about 300,000 children across India that are drugged, beaten, and made to beg. There is a technique they use with milk keeper and shopkeeper. They will carry a limp baby that they have drugged. The baby will look limp, and they will tell you they need to buy milk for their baby. And then they will take you to a nearby shop. The shopkeeper will inflate the cost of the milk, and then you pay for it. They will give the milk to the woman. The extra cost they will share. Sometimes she won't even buy milk. Some even rent babies from people to beg with. Some carry people with deformities, with malignancies, with chronic ulcers, and carry them to go and beg in other cities. There is one of them that is at a Agofre Park at Eleme. He limps with a walking stick. Oh, he had fever, and somebody gave him injection with expired drug. That is why he's limping. People will give him money. Then recently I saw him at Umuahia, at the Tower Junction. He was there to beg. I know beggars that travel from Aba to Port Harcourt. They leave their wheelbarrow in Port Harcourt. They travel to Port Harcourt, sit in the wheelbarrow, and people will be rolling them in specific places, shopping malls, whatever. Begging sometimes is a profitable business. It is different from asking for donations. There is a project that will benefit humanity. You can ask for donations. But you can't start begging house rent for house rent. House rent gives you a lot of notice, 30 days. Most of the people you are asking for help from do things that you are not willing to do. If you want to know how beggars are, just refuse to give to them or say something that will provoke them. You will see how terrible their tongues are and why they are where they are. Don't let people cajole you and force you and put you under pressure to feel guilty. Give from your heart. Be prompted by the Spirit of God. Give based on your perceptions. Don't let people make you feel guilty. Most people who beg feel that you are fortunate to be who you are. They feel that you are part of the people that made them who they are. Maybe you benefited from government or your father robbed people to take their commonwealth and therefore you should give to them. Ironically, I find people begging from the church. Father Uloma said something, that the problem that the richest church could not solve, the poorest church solved it. When people beg me, I will ask them, which church do you attend? And they will call the names of these big denominations. Have you gone to your pastor? They will say that they met their pastor, and their pastor said there was no money. So me, I will go to the farm, uproot cassava, plant potatoes, sell potatoes. My wife will fry plantain chips, cook rice to sell in my school. Then I should come to, and I don't run a church, I should come to give to you who gave your offerings, your tithes, your first fruit, your donations to a denomination that is far richer than I am. I should come and give to you. No, it doesn't work. And then they will come and beg me and try to portray me as a bad man. But they are the same ones that supported the politicians, that took money from the politicians, that rigged the elections for the politicians, that are formulating these policies that are making them financially insolvent. We are entering a phase in this country. In a few days' time, electricity bills will go up. Petrol prices are already up. Prices are going to go high. And people are going to filter down to the poverty level. But these same people were the ones who collected money from the oppressors, from the oligarchy, to vote them into power. They are the ones who are ready to fight because of their denominations, fight because of their religious inclinations and their regions. Why bother me? Why not go to these people that you admire and follow and ask them to help you? Be careful. Be careful. Don't lose grip of your life, I mean to say. I still remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Take care.